and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat. But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
From singing quirky vegan anthems to comparing meat eaters to Hitler and facing multiple platform bans, That Vegan Teacher has cemented her legacy as one of the internet's most reviled and baffling figures. Today, we're dissecting the utterly unhinged downfall of That Vegan Teacher, formerly known as Miss Katie. We'll unravel her bizarre transformation from a well-intentioned activist to a purveyor of psychological warfare, exposing the extreme tactics, shocking statements, and consistent delusion that have stripped her of relevance and ensured her infamy. In the age of online activism, how far is too far in promoting a cause you passionately believe in? When does conviction cross the line into outright extremism and alienate the very people you hope to persuade? Share your thoughts below. For anyone who's been online in the last 6 years, the names That Vegan Teacher or Miss Katie evoke a distinct, often unsettling familiarity. She has carved out a prevalent, if infamous, niche by relentlessly pushing vegan propaganda through a bizarre array of music, public interviews, and what can only be described as internet cyber attacks. While some of her core views on animal welfare are arguably respectable and shared by many, a significant portion of her public persona veers wildly into the territory of pure insanity and entitlement. Her journey to internet infamy began roughly 6 years ago, coinciding with the launch of both her TikTok and YouTube accounts. This period also marked her personal transition to veganism, roughly 2 years prior. It's plausible her original TikTok account predates her earliest YouTube videos, but those accounts have been repeatedly banned over the years due to a consistent pattern of extremely offensive and harmful content. When Miss Katie first ventured online, her initial strategy for promoting veganism was through original music tracks. These songs, often simplistic and repetitive, tackled various vegan topics, from healthy vegan food options to explicit warnings against consuming meat. Tunes like "Oh, C is for carrots, H is for hummus. No matter what day it is, you won't want to miss eating carrots and hummus," characterized her early, seemingly innocent approach. Contrary to the clinically insane persona she later cultivated, That Vegan Teacher didn't begin as a figure of ridicule. In fact, her initial online presence was characterized by remarkably peaceful protests in her own little way, predominantly through these earnest, if musically rudimentary, music videos. These early efforts focused on positive aspects of veganism, painting her as a wholesome advocate. Before her internet supervillain transformation, Miss Katie was actually a teacher, instructing ESL elementary school children, and also worked as a nurse. Her personal journey to veganism began around the age of 52, and she has maintained the lifestyle for the past 8 years. However, her methods dramatically escalated. She transitioned from composing ear-bleeding tunes to directly attacking high-profile figures and their perceived complicity in animal cruelty. Her songs directly targeted YouTube giants like Mr. Beast, questioning, is Mr. Beast an animal bully, when instead of eating meat, he can just eat protein-packed veggies? Why does Mr. Beast choose to pay for blood and murder when he could just switch over to vegan mayo and a vegan burger? Why does Mr. Beast hate animals so much? Why does he slice them with a knife instead of offering a life-saving touch? Why does Mr. Beast think that kidnapping for cheese is okay? Of the innocent is never-ending misery. Why does Mr. Beast tell his millions of followers that it's okay to pay for billions of animals to die when he could just rise up and say that vegan teacher's right, let's help her save animals today? Let's Google healthy vegan recipes, Mr. Beast. Why don't you help us lead the way? Don't be a bully to vegan children or anyone who has compassion for the animals. Heaven awaits those who do their part with the compassionate heart. After producing countless music videos on YouTube and innumerable TikToks, Miss Katie, That Vegan Teacher, reached a critical realization. Her message wasn't reaching a wide enough audience, nor were enough people converting to veganism. This pivotal moment led her to a strategic and ultimately disastrous decision. She would address people directly through her videos. This marked a dramatic shift from melodic advocacy to aggressive, confrontational rhetoric. She began to speak on the perceived benefits of veganism and the morality behind eating animals, but she did so in an extremely aggressive and entitled way. This relentless, almost hostile, constant bombardment on the internet to otherwise very innocent people swiftly secured Miss Katie's name among the internet's most notorious sociopaths. Her views were not just radical. The way she carried herself and her demeanor also followed suit, radiating an unsettling intensity. People quickly discerned that perhaps Miss Katie was a little bit unstable, shedding the initial illusion that she was merely a wholesome old woman promoting a just cause or innocent beliefs. Over time, the internet gained a clear, chilling understanding of her true character. She introduced her concept of cliques, moments where individuals suddenly grasp the logic of veganism, like seeing soy milk next to cow's milk, or realizing a vegan doctor exists, or vegan athletes in the Olympics. She described personal cliques, such as petting her dog while eating sausage and feeling, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. This video, where she explained her personal journey to veganism 2 years prior through the concept of cliques, initially appeared wholesome, a simple sharing of her transformative experience. However, this innocent veneer would soon crack. Had Miss Katie's online journey ceased with her cliques video, her reputation would likely be untainted, but it didn't. Her first major foray into widespread controversy beyond her music involved her vegan dog, Bella. Many people found serious issue with this, strongly believing that dogs required meat in their diets for optimal health, while scientific research on long-term vegan diets for dogs is still evolving. Katie consistently asserted Bella's health, offering occasional updates that Bella is still alive and has been vegan since August 2017. She proudly stated Bella doesn't eat any meat products, she doesn't have anything that has milk in it or eggs or honey. She even showed Bella on camera, asserting, "As you can see, she's the normal dog. If anything, she's maybe 1 or 2 pounds overweight. That's what the vet has said." This perceived ethical stance, however, would soon be overshadowed by her own glaring hypocrisies. She once made a bizarre and arguably inappropriate video directed at a male creator, implying that for nice vegan girls to be interested in him, he would have to show them your fruits and your vegetables. She also controversially weighed in on celebrity pregnancies, asking, "Is Taylor Swift pregnant? Is she creating a new Swiftie? Or is she just like me, eating one too many vegan burgers?" She then urged viewers to tag her and let her know that her baby has a right to maintain his or her vegan virginity, injecting her ideology into deeply personal matters. The nice vegan girl facade completely shattered as Miss Katie escalated her attacks, moving from general advocacy to deeply personal, unhinged assaults on individual creators. Her most infamous and arguably most despicable attack targeted Call Me Chris, a popular TikTok creator. Miss Katie, feigning empathy, read a purported message from a depressed fan asking for advice on overcoming anti-vegan anarchists and haters. This message contained a shockingly explicit plea. "Katie, would it be possible for you to create a 7 to 10 minute video on your channel and support of me? Here is a title idea: 10 reasons why I fully support that vegan teacher and why she should never have been censored from TikTok. Please talk about the many false accusations against me and how I never broke any laws. I did not sexualize a minor when I offered fruits and veggies to a famous public figure college student. Now, I am not racist and how I am not homophobic, how my vegan dog is not unhealthy vegan since August 2017, and how I do not deserve ongoing death threats by the meat and dairy industries, or to have my address and phone number doxed, or to have dead animals thrown at my house. You could talk about how I compose songs and play the ukulele and dance and teach compassion. I need people to speak out clearly in support of me. I need positive titles on thumbnails out there because there's so many mean thumbnails that completely trash me." The devastating turn came when Miss Katie, in the very same video, showed a clip of Call Me Chris discussing a past personal trauma, a personal assault, a sexual assault that she suffered through. Katie then, with chilling indifference, questioned Chris. "My question is this: if you don't like the fact that you were pinned down and assaulted, why do you pay people to do this to other females? You make fun of animal defenders who are defending cows, chickens, pigs, lambs, turkeys, all kinds of other females who are abused in the industry." She then concluded the segment by stating, "You then go on even today to post another video talking about going to McDonald's." This utterly reprehensible comparison of sexual assault to animal consumption crossed an unforgivable line, revealing the depth of her depravity. The attack on Call Me Chris and other creators barely scratches the surface of the egregious assaults Miss Katie has launched from her YouTube channel. A significant portion of her most popular videos are dedicated to targeting another creator, many of whom she has attacked many times. This hit list includes not only Call Me Chris, but also Mr. Beast, Nicocado Avocado, Sniper Wolf, Tommy Innit, and numerous others. Interspersed with these direct attacks are some of her hottest takes of all time, where she brazenly attacked people whose beliefs and dietary choices did not line with her, doing so in the most aggressive and non-productive ways imaginable. Her rhetoric escalated to truly shocking levels, going as far as to say Hitler was a better person than most people on this planet right now because he was vegan. This reprehensible comparison was consistently accompanied by equating the meat and dairy industry to the Holocaust, a deeply offensive and historically ignorant analogy. She also frequently made racist remarks as a transparent tactic to incite rage and reactions and cliques as much as she possibly can. Her method was clear. This was her core method to spreading her vegan ideology to people unfortunate enough to bear witness. One particularly bizarre and racist example involved her scrutinizing a dark-skinned individual's profile. Does this girl seem to you like she might be naturally intelligent, gorgeous, generous, exemplary, and radiant? She looks like she could be that to me. For For fun, I went to your profile and noticed that you have dark skin. Maybe you call yourself black. Oh my gosh, this brings back memories. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. There was this guy with dark skin who called me. She then launched into an incomprehensible, tone-deaf diatribe about the N-word, claiming, I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I've been thinking about this. You're totally going to misunderstand this. And what I would do with it is, I would use it as an acronym, so N-I-G-G-G-E-R. Okay, so I said that N should be nice. This outright racism, coupled with her comparisons of consensual sexual acts to animal breeding, revealed a mind unmoored from reality, consistently prioritizing shock and offense over any genuine advocacy. If this deep dive into the shocking extremes of online activism and its disastrous consequences has left you utterly bewildered, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're constantly dissecting the most unhinged phenomena in online culture, ensuring you stay in the loop. Your support helps us continue these vital, albeit often disturbing, explorations. Despite the unending stream of absurd takes, personal attacks on various creators, and outlandish comments directed at diverse groups of people, Miss Katie's online journey surprisingly didn't end there. For a period, the commentary space had been relentlessly producing videos about that vegan teacher, but eventually she began to fizzle out. People were growing sick and tired of her SHT, and her vegan propaganda was getting old fast. Creators largely stopped making videos on her, and her own content started to garner less and less views, signaling her gradual descent into irrelevance. However, before reaching her final destination in the land of obscurity, she managed one last truly shocking hurrah. She uploaded another video that absolutely shocked the internet in ways that she had not done before. This particular video was deemed so egregious that it was mass reported by tons of people on YouTube and subsequently no longer exists on her channel. In this now deleted video, Miss Katie, with a chilling lack of self-awareness, filmed a baby holding a piece of meat, then proceeded to compare the act of eating meat to the sexual assault of an infant. She declared, "This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in, where a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her." She argued, "Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny, and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat. But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's pies covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction." This utterly despicable comparison solidified her reputation as that insane, psychotic woman on the internet that spews nothing but false information, craziness, and truly despicable and disgusting behavior. Shortly after the horrifying baby meat video, Miss Katie uploaded a follow-up, not directly addressing the controversy, but reflecting on her identity as that vegan teacher. She expressed a desire to shed the notorious moniker, stating she no longer wanted to be synonymous with that name anymore, and she just wanted to be herself. Unfortunately, after this video, she made no progression towards becoming a different person or trying to rid herself of that identity. Instead, she continued her antics and continued to make content just like this all the way till today. She would recount bizarre public encounters, like a gang of teenage girls who looked at me and they all went, "Oh my god, it's that vegan teacher." And so I quickly got back on my bike, I just waved to them and I just left. I left because I don't want to always be that vegan teacher. Sometimes I just want to be a normal person in my neighborhood. I just want to hang out with the animals. They don't know who I am. This desire for normalcy was consistently undermined by her own outrageous content. She questioned, should ambulance drivers respond to calls from non-vegans? What do you guys think? She then launched into critiques of therapy, stating, "Most therapy is a scam. Unless your therapist is helping you to achieve a goal that is measurable, you should not be in therapy. Your therapist should be reminding you to eat healthy foods, not death. Maybe instead of giving your money to therapy, you should be giving your money to an animal sanctuary." She even made a video about taking off our clothes as activists, posing in the nude, and getting money for it. This stream of increasingly bizarre and provocative uploads led to a run-in with death. During a routine eye surgery, her heart stopped for moments, and doctors fortunately resuscitated her and brought her back to life. Her reaction to this near-death experience was perhaps the most telling. She wanted to send a message to everyone that no matter what, she will always remain vegan, and that you should do the same no matter what it costs, whether it's your life, your body, mind, anything. She recounted the experience. "On my eye called a vitrectomy, and when they put all the needles in to freeze it, my heart stopped, and so I get slowed down a lot, and then it stopped, and I was unconscious. You're not supposed to be, but anyway, they told me I have to stay in the hospital now, and I can't go home yet. Pretty dizzy. Everything's still frozen all up here. I can't feel my head. I just wanted to make sure that you guys all know how important it is for us to protect the animals, so please today, don't eat them, okay? Thank you." Despite this brush with mortality, Miss Katie expressed no desire to change anything about her lifestyle, reflect on any of the decisions that she's made, reflect on her agenda, her vegan propaganda, nothing of the sort. Instead, she believed it would be best to continue doing what she does best, terrorizing the internet, just as she had always done. As she has fallen into the depths of obscurity, ThatVeganTeacher has lost almost all relevancy. Her residual online presence now primarily stems from commentary creators making videos about her whenever she utters something completely ridiculous on the internet. This cycle of rage-baiting and subsequent public dissection has become her sole claim to continued, albeit negative, attention. She has, predictably, set her sights on me, making several videos about my content, including one that was very, very fake, and originated from an account glazing her for the longest time. Her attacks are often nonsensical, twisting past statements into straw-man arguments, and demanding that I stop sending her videos of me singing, despite never having done so. Miss Katie's trajectory from a relatively wholesome animal rights activist singing earnest songs to a belligerent, hateful individual who openly targets strangers, creators, and even victimizes children has been a profoundly interesting one to watch. However, her reign of terror is, thankfully, nearing its end. It is time to officially allow her to fade into obscurity and lay ThatVeganTeacher YouTube to rust. While some might view her near-death experience as God's revenge for her beliefs, she defiantly claims, "I tested God during the time that I was in the operating table and slowly stopping to breathe. I told him, kill me now if that's what you want. But apparently my work here on earth is not finished. I'm alive and I will fight even harder than before for the billions of animals who God has appointed me to defend." This final statement underscores her unwavering, almost messianic delusion.